Hey everybody, this is Mais, my Karibyan. Thank you again for joining me today. My program, it's going to be English. So those of you who are following me for a while, you guys know that I talk about insurances and real estate. And time to time I have special guests in my show, and today is one of that day, and I'm going to introduce my guests soon. But let's go to the PowerPoint right now. And those of you who are, following me for a while, my shows are on Wednesdays. You can follow all my programs on YouTube as well. If you missed a program, I put all my programs on YouTube. If you go at Mais, my Karibyan, you can see all the shows that I've done. And also all my consultations about your finances, it's free. So you can book an appointment, come to my office, or I can visit you at your house. And today, let's come back to the studio. Today, my show is about insurance, but the guest that I have is a very special person. Recently, I did a laser on my eyes, and he's the doctor that eventually I find, and he was able to take care of me and my condition, which I'm very thankful. Let's go back to the PowerPoint. I want to introduce you my guests. So my guest for today is Dr. Khanna, and let's come back to studio. Doctor, thank you for coming today. I'm very happy to have you. You're a special person in my life, and you're the one that eventually did my eyes. So I'm very thankful to from my heart. So it's after 25 years, it was a big joy to have my eyes see well now. So how are you today?
Fine, thank you, and it's a pleasure to be here on your wonderful show.
Yeah. Doctor, I know you've been in this field for many years. Can you a little bit introduce your background, when you started and how did you, open your practice? A little bit your background so all my followers can know you well.
Sure. So I've been doing eye surgery, believe it or not, for 33 years now. I started a long time when some of the viewers might not have even been born.
Yeah.
Initially trained in India, amongst the best colleges there. But for further training in refractive surgery, which was just being introduced, that's LASIK in 96, I came over. And I was one of the first few people to do LASIK as part of my training.
Yeah.
And then I decided to stay back, which meant going back to do residency and all. And then I wanted to move to California because of the weather, skiing, surfing.
I see.
And it was very competitive, so I decided to start my own practice.
Which year was this?
This is 2002.
Okay.
But then first I took a job, and then fortunately how things happen, or unfortunately, the doctor I was working with decided to sell his building and shut down the practice. So
which was an opportunity for you to go on your own?
On my own, or forced also, both together, right?
Okay.
So I started my practice and as a LASIK surgeon, and the turnout was superb. People loved my kind of work and my bedside manners.
I did for sure.
Oh, thank you. But a lot has come since the first day I did LASIK eye surgery to what I did for you was SMILE.
Yes.
The big difference between LASIK and SMILE is in SMILE there is no flap.
I see.
But it's fast healing, same day healing. We use a femtosecond laser to carve out a contact lens within the cornea, which I separate and take it out.
Got it.
And because when safety is a big concern, especially who's waited 25 years, been to 3 other doctors and been turned down, you want to make sure nothing can go wrong.
Got it. Okay. Well, doctor, we're going to go over some of the procedures while you're explaining. I also want to, show it on PowerPoint so people can see it visually. And also, being in an insurance field for many years, a lot of people questions that I get asked is this type of procedure is being covered with insurance or different programs. At the end of the show, I want to cover that too, because we're going to get a lot of calls, so we want to make sure we reach to those people. Let's go back to the PowerPoint, and this is a little bit your background, you already said. So if you guys search Dr. Khanna in different social platforms, you can see a lot of his works. I also going to tag him in the post that I put in social media. And also, Doctor, a little bit introduce about your Khanna Institute, what it is and what you guys do, a little bit more specifics.
So when I founded the institute, my goal was we should be taking care of everybody because
Okay.
sight is a right.
Sight is a right.
Right.
Okay.
And so we have a philosophy in our office, if any kid comes in, whatever they need, whether glasses to even surgery, we will make sure they will not lose their sight.
Got it.
And we've been helped along the way with a lot of volunteers and people who say this is the right cause.
Got it.
There's so many reasons insurances don't cover or
Okay.
whatever, but I think vision is very important in life because if somebody cannot see, then they go on disability. So
Got it.
the more we can keep somebody seeing good sight, the more we are contributing to society too.
Got it. Got it. Let's go to the next slide, and I want you, doctor, please explain. The one you did for me was a smile, but I know there's different types also. If you guys can see on a PowerPoint, so doctor, I want you to explain different kind of procedures or different style of surgeries so people can know.
So smile is the latest, and as I told you, we carve out a contact lens in the cornea and then take out, and there's through a very small opening, 4 millimeters. So basically, essentially, after a few hours of sleep, you are done. You could be surfing in a week, unlike LASIK where you have to wait a
Couple
few
of days
weeks.
or few weeks, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the water can hit. So in LASIK, we make a flap which is lifted up, and then laser is applied, and
Got
the
it.
flap is put back.
Got it.
And that flap has to seal, it can go
Takes
out of
time.
shape, or it can still move under surf conditions or somebody hits you.
Got it.
So like contact sports.
Got it.
So smile overcomes those problems.
Got it.
And the second thing is LASIK is done on the top part of the cornea, superior, whereas smile is done on the lower, where there's less nerves.
Got it.
Less nerves touched, less dry eye.
Yeah, and guys, if you guys listening the show, any questions that you have, you guys see the phone number 310-362-9755. Please contact the doctor's office. They'll give you, appointments, consultations. I believe it's free.
Yes.
And so he takes the calls, makes the appointment. You guys can go do the consultation, and the doctor personally will tell you what type of procedure is the best for you and give you the advice why you should or shouldn't do it if that's the case. Let's go to the next slide, doctor. If you guys see on a PowerPoint, we already talked about LASIK surgery and different types. And one of the questions I'm sure some people have a fear. Is it painful? Explain a little bit that process.
So when LASIK first came out, there were two main procedures at that time. One was PRK,
Okay.
where you abraded the top part manually, and then when it healed, there was a lot of pain. And second was LASIK, where the eye was held with the machine, and that suction caused a lot of pain, and that lasted as long as the flap was made. So in 32 years where we've evolved, and when I say we means our practice, because we
Okay.
made sure pain is an important factor to eliminate that by using the latest equipment,
Got
which
it.
doesn't have to hold the eye. The laser can sit on the cornea, and that's what we use for painless LASIK and smile. So the patient doesn't even know, and the procedure is done. In fact, first few times we had to record and show the patient, yes, we did, because they said, hey, what did you do? I didn't even feel anything.
Yeah, I remember when you did mine, I'm like, couple minutes, I'm like, are you guys done? He's like, wake up. Yeah. Doctor, this leads me to my next question. All these years you've been, practicing these surgeries. You don't have to be exact, but how many total surgeries have you done?
Ooh, tens of thousands, maybe
of
around 30, more than 30,000 surgeries.
That's a big experience. Yeah.
30,000 people satisfied.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
And that was one of the important factors when one of my friends introduced me to the doctor, Khanna. I'm like, let me go his website and kind of review some of the work he'd done, and I got a lot of positive feedback that gave me a confidence. And again, thank you, doctor. It's awesome. Let's go to the next PowerPoint slide, if we can go on a PowerPoint. Now, a lot of people say, is it safe? And let's go over that. Who's a candidate? And sometimes I know there are people that you just say, you know what, don't do it.
So that's very important. And what distinguishes us from other LASIK eye surgeons is we do many more technologies than LASIK. Not everybody is a candidate for LASIK or for that matter, even for SMILE.
Got it.
And then if they are not, instead of putting square pegs in round holes,
Yes.
we shift them to other technology.
Got it.
So for LASIK, we have to make, and this is what we learned from 97 onwards till now, who is not a candidate you wouldn't touch.
Got it.
And I'm very careful because I've done my son, my mom, my nephew, niece,
it.
my staff, my best friends, doctors, so we bring the same kind of love and affection to you.
Yeah.
That means we want to make sure your cornea is stable. There's no keratoconus or any signs of that. You don't have any other disease in the eye. And you have realistic expectations.
Got it. Thank
So
you.
that's
Doctor.
part of our consult, we make sure.
Perfect. Perfect. What are the steps in generally? Like once they do the consultation, right away you just put the date for surgery, or?
Some days we do on the same day.
I remember mine, like when I came, it was Friday, I remember exactly. And then, we decided to do on Monday. I'm like, that's too fast. But I was excited, so I'm like, let's go.
So speed is because of our experience and
Okay.
skill level.
Got it.
And the equipment. So since we all have our own equipment in our offices, as you've seen, the most important thing which people don't count towards surgery, but I do count, having done my family members and over
Got
30
it.
years, is the foundation, the connection.
Got it.
And that's before the surgery, making sure you're a good candidate and you lie for that 23 seconds there comfortably with your eye open,
Yeah.
knowing me. And I prepare very thoroughly for this. I
Yeah.
like to know my person, how I'm going to change their life.
Got it.
And the secret is, before starting surgery, always pray and thank God for giving me this skill.
That's awesome. Thank you, doctor. So time is running out. So again, if you guys can see on a screen, this is the doctor's information. You guys can call 310-362-9755. And before I go some personal questions, let's come back to the studio. What I want to ask is, as an insurance agent, I know not every insurance, I know matter of fact, will take this kind of procedure. But I know there are some conditions that insurance or some programs will cover your work. So elaborate on that
Yes, very important, like I was mentioning, people who have keratoconus and are
Okay.
not candidates for LASIK, their surgery may be covered 100% by insurance.
Got
But
it.
that's a different surgery called corneal cross-linking.
Got it.
Or in tax. But each insurance is different. Those are covered.
Yeah.
Some people turn out to have cataracts, like the older people. In that, again, insurance kicks in, but not
What about
fully.
Medical? Medical will work with you?
Medical doesn't cover, but
Okay.
there has not been one patient of Medical who's come and needed sight-saving surgery like cross-linking. We've
Okay.
not been able to help. So one of the big things we do, if somebody needs something to save their sight, and I'm not
Got it.
talking about LASIK here, but more like cross-linking,
I see.
where a 14-year-old kid can go blind, then we work with the company, manufacturers, and law all to get them the treatment for free.
Got it. Well, thank you, doctor. My goal is when I have a guest, my goal is to kind of team up with them and figure out how we can support each other by helping these incoming calls or the clients. So I'm sure if you guys, give us a call, we'll figure out what kind of program or what kind of coverage you can use to get your LASIKs done. So, doctor, is it okay to ask some personal questions?
Oh, just let me add
yes.
one more thing, because if you don't have insurance and you want the best smile,
Yes.
we offer monthly payments through a third-party
Like financing
financing with
programs.
no interest for
Got
2
it,
years.
got it. That's
So
good to know.
suddenly something which was costing more than $6,000 becomes a couple of $100 a month.
Got it. So that's a good option to have. So, what do you like to do after work or on your free time?
Oh, I love to hike with my dogs and my family. I play pickleball. I do a lot of yoga. I still
Nice.
play field hockey on the weekends. So I keep
you're a
myself
very active doctor.
Very active, because physical body is very important to be fit. So your hands are very stable, and your reflexes are very good. Because one of the things people always ask,
Yeah.
what if I move? So till date, I can tell my patients, I can move faster than you.
That's good to know. Now, one of the topic that I like to cover when I have a guest, and you help people with their physical vision, and as being a successful doctor. And let's go to the PowerPoint. I want to show you the question so the audience can see. You help people with their physical vision. But for me, it's very, I respect all the years and efforts you put to become a successful doctor. So my question, people can see, I wanted to ask you 3 tips about success in life and also about money and investing. So let's come back to studio. What tips will you give to in general that help you to become successful?
So the first is there's no substitute for hard work.
Okay.
And second is positive thinking. So there's a mirror method. This is where you are, whatever it might be bothering you in life, weight, somebody's been mean to you.
Yes.
Then instead of thinking about that, think what you want it to be. The next mirror shows you're helping the other people,
Yes.
or the people respecting you, or you already become a doctor, surgeon.
Yes, yes.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And money investing, you need somebody smarter than you telling you what to do.
Yeah. Thank you, doctor. So I really appreciate your time.
Thank you
I
so
know
much.
your schedule, the day I came, it was like hectic, and I'm pretty sure every day is like that. So I appreciate all your time. I'm looking forward in the future to have more programs with you, and I appreciate you came down and make this show.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure being here, and thank you for sparing time for me on your beautiful show.
Thank you, doctor. Well, thank you, guys. This was my show. Again, let's go back to the PowerPoint. Couple of slides I want to share with you guys. So those of you who didn't order my book, it's in Amazon. You can type at maismycaribbean.com, or The Secret of Living is Giving. That's the topic of my book. And also, I like to share quotes at the end of the show. This is one of the quotes from Jim Rohn. Let me read it to you. A clear vision and a plan can act as a magnet for your success. And the second one, happiness is not something you postpone for the future. It is something you design for the present. This is by Jim Rohn. And this is some of my information. Over 20 years I've been in finance business, helped over 3,000 clients. And any questions you have regarding this show, when you go maismycaribbean.com, click on that yellow link, write down your questions specifically about this show. Make sure you mention doctor's name as a guest. And this is the form you're going to see online. And thank you. Let's come back to studio. Thank you again for watching this. Please share this show in your social media. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.